Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome Ingrid from L.A Audobon. Thank you, Ingrid, for providing us this class today.
Hey, everyone.
Workshop. Let's see. Today we
Of course,
have,
it's my pleasure.
All right. I will go ahead and begin the presentation. Share screen. View.
All right. Awesome. So here is the first thing that we're going to do. So does everyone have access to a piece of paper and a pencil or pen right now? If you do not, please speak up now.
No, I think I do.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Any quick piece of paper that you can sketch on, and a pen or a pencil. That's what you'll need today. And once you guys have all that, please raise your hand in the participants chat. Just so I know how many of you guys are ready to move on. All right, we got Elijah that's ready.
I got a pen and I got a paper.
All right, raise your hand, Andrea, if you can, on the chat.
I'm in class.
Okay, we got Andrea, Jacqueline, Linda. And remember to mute yourselves if you guys are not talking anymore.
No, hold on. Hold on, you guys. I'm ready.
Okay. We're still waiting. Who's still not ready, Shantice? I didn't get any feedback from you yet, I think.
Yeah, I have paper and a pencil.
Okay, awesome. So it seems like everybody has a pencil and a paper, correct? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the very first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna click on that, take this quiz to find out what your bird are. Mark, if you can do me a favor and actually copy and paste that into the chat.
Yes. One moment.
So once you click this, there's going to be a start your quiz. And what this quiz is done by Cornell and is gonna tell you what bird you are like. So once you find out what bird you're like, you're gonna put your bird's name into the chat. For example, I was the northern mockingbird. And one cool fact about the bird, it tells you there, it can mimic, I feel like I said over 200 sounds, but it can mimic many sounds. So Mark has put the link there. You guys can just click on it, open a new tab, and then complete that quiz. Super simple. It's just about you, no pressure at all. And what you're going to do with your piece of paper is I want you to sketch your bird. Nothing fancy. Just sketch it out. And then Mark, can you unraise your hands for me? And then when you guys are done with the quiz, come back and raise your hands again.
Okay, hold on for 1 second here. Lower hand, lower hand. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Ingrid, I have a question about Cornell. How long has
Yes.
how long has Cornell been around? If you had to guess.
Like many years. They're like the bird people for me. Like if I have any questions about birds, I would go to Cornell on their website and look them up because they've been studying birds. They're like big in ornithology.
Oh wow, that's very good.
Yeah, it's a really good school if that's what you're trying to study, for sure.
Yeah.
So how much more time do you guys need? Like 5 more minutes, 2 more minutes?
I'm done.
Okay.
You're done? Okay, can you guys go and raise your hand? Oh, write your bird down. Actually, write your bird down on the chat and I'll know what you are. I mean, if you're done, actually. So Brian, you're a raven. Awesome. Those are like super smart scavenger birds eating dead stuff, eating whatever they can. Hawk, Jacqueline, that's really cool. Do you know what kind of hawk? Andrea, crow, very related to the raven, except smaller and are in groups. Ravens are solo dolos. Yeah, extremely intelligent and sociable. Awesome. Yeah, write down your cool fact too, right after your bird. Red-tailed hawk. Ooh, we've seen those.
Oh,
Yellow-billed. That's a pretty bird.
Oh, I'm intelligent.
Another
Oh my God.
raven.
Didn't do that.
Shantice, what cool fact did you learn about the yellow-billed? Can you write that down? Oh, I love that. Elijah wrote what it meant for him. So extremely intelligent and sociable. You love practical jokes and figuring out tricky situations. You're devoted to family and friends, playful, aerobatic, and hearty. Even those who don't like you can't help but respect your many talents. I like that. Jacqueline says smart, curious, strong, and determined. Do we have any tiny birds?
Is the yellow-billed tiny bird or?
That's a smaller bird, yeah. Let's see. Look it up.
Yeah.
This is the one that Margot was, and she loves it because it's called the yellow-billed magpie, and her name is Margot, so she swears she's this bird.
Aren't magpies from Australia?
Yeah, I don't think they're from here, but look at it. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, they're very intelligent.
Gorgeous bird. Yeah, I don't think they're actually. Wait, are they from California? Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
like
Central Valley.
Yeah, there's a California version and there's an Australian version.
Okay. So we have a few more people. I think we're waiting on Tremaine. Mobad, did you put your bird there? No. Okay, we'll just wait on them. We'll give you guys about 2 more minutes.
I don't think Tremaine has the ability to answer back unless he types it in. I'm looking at, he doesn't have a mic on and his video's off.
Okay, that's fine. As long as he types it in. You guys can just type it in. You guys don't even have to speak at all today.
Yeah.
Like, typing is totally fine for me. Andrea, which was a crow, is smart, hardy, adaptable, and excellent problem solver. Yeah, crows are super crazy.
Ooh.
You can't trick a crow. That's one thing I learned. They trick you.
Ooh, look at that one. Screech owl.
Lizzie, I don't think you can speak, but you can write in the chat if you can. Linda said she's a screech owl. That is so cute. Oh, you guys got cute ones. I got the mockingbird, the most annoying one. All right, so is everybody ready to move on? Or does anyone still want to write there? Jacqueline, she got mockingbird. Yay, we're on the same team here.
Hey Liz, what type of bird are you?
Linda's a screech owl.
Ooh, what is a screech owl?
It's funny that they gave them that name because they don't really have a good screech. Oh, she wrote about screech owls.
Oh, wow.
This pint-sized owl does not live up to its name. No, instead of screeching, eastern screech owls call with quiet trills and whinies, and western screech owls utter quiet whistled hoots. Screech owls mate for life and may roost together. Birds seem to prefer a mate of the same age. Screech owls roost and nest in natural cavities, woodpecker holes, nest boxes, and sometimes nooks and crannies on buildings. They feed on insects and small mammals and birds. 3 species of screech owl are found in North America, the eastern, western. iPhone. Is that Elijah?
No, iPhone is Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. Okay.
Lisa,
Okay,
can you
Lisa,
show
that's
yourself?
working.
Lisa, do you have a question? You're
This
raising
is
your
really
hand.
cool. We have a question?
Hold on, Mobile, you're next. Lisa's first.
I raised my hand up because I finished the quiz.
Okay, thank you for raising your hand.
Well, hold on, Mobile. I'll unmute you because Mobile doesn't know how to mute yet. All right, yes, Mobile?
I'm having a hard time with the trees. Sorry, I'm gonna just listen.
Okay, that's totally fine. So we can end things there. You guys can do this quiz on your own time. It's super fun. It's just to get to know your bird and a little bit about yourself. Cornell does a really good job at that. So this is just kind of like a practice activity just to get some people, everyone engaged, and then we'll start with the presentation now.
All righty.
Slide. So first and foremost, I just want to say that I really wish that we can be doing birding outside together as a team and actually learning by doing it instead of looking at the screen. So I apologize for that. And hopefully in the next few months, things will change and we'll be able to do this. But for now, we're going to be doing virtual birding, and I'll try my best to keep you guys engaged during this presentation and to learn a little bit more about birds. I know we've had bird days and we don't really go too into depth about them. So this is the chance to learn a little bit more. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm having a hard time seeing it, but So this is some community guidelines that I would like for us to practice. So mute yourselves to keep the background noise to a minimum. And you guys are already doing that. If you guys are not speaking, just muting because the background noise does get a little loud. And then holding your questions until the end or write them down in the chat. If you have questions, just ask them. I wouldn't be bothered if you guys interrupt my presentation, but I do like it when you guys write them in the chat because it gives me a chance to answer them in my own time. And if by any reason you do not want to show your face or be on the webcam, you guys can opt out to stopping the video and just listening. You guys don't need to show your face at all. I would love to see your faces, but you don't have to. And I think that's it, right, for the community guidelines?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the next page.
Yes. So why do birds matter? This is just a big question. Why do they matter? Why do they matter to you specifically? So Mark, can you please copy and paste that link? Yes. We're going to click on that, and then there's numbers that are going down the page. Just pick a number and write down why you think they're important to you. And the goal is to finish up all 15 spots.
Let's see here.
Mark.
No, I'm adding a chat thingy. Hold on.
No, I know. Remember how I told you it's hard for me to, with the phone to do stuff. Remember?
Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. Just watch the screen, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me a sec. So I'm gonna present. I'm gonna click on a link, and then and if you guys can't switch, we'll I'll show it to you right now. In addition to that, please don't write on the screen wherever it is. All right. I'm gonna switch.
I do believe it's Jackie, Mark.
All right. Okay. No worries. I'm gonna quickly switch it to the YouTube. I mean the website. So one moment, please. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Make sure. Ready? This is odd. Okay, why are birds important to you to slide?
And you guys should all be anonymous, so don't worry about spelling or answers. Just write whatever you feel, why they are important to you. Again, this is why they're important to you. And the environment, if you can think of that too.
There you go, people. All right. Now for those that can't write, we can just look at it, okay?
Okay.
And then we can think about our answers.
Okay.
Like for me, birds are important to me because well, during this time that we're stuck with 4 walls and a door and a window, I have my binoculars and I can look at our feathered friends flying out freely, like the red-tailed hawk and a hummingbird.
Yeah. So birds are. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, Shantice.
I was saying birds are important to me because I like in the mornings, like when I'm asleep and they chirp and they wake me up, so I like that. And I like when they just fly around in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else wants to share so I can just write it down in the chat for us? Mobad?
Let me unmute Mobad. One moment, please. Mobad, you are now unmuted. You have the floor.
All right. Ingrid, birds make me happy and they're fun to be around. And it's good. They're good. They're looking for food and they're good opportunity for us to, when we go to Audubon, to find more food and it's good for the community. and they wake me up in the morning.
All right. Thank you, Mobad.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
I believe Lisa has a question. She's raising her hand.
Okay, Lisa.
Lisa, you're now able to talk. Oh, wait, let's try this again. Now you can talk, Lisa.
I kind of like I kind of actually like the pigeons because on Sesame Street, on Sesame Street, the bird, the bird, they love the pigeons, so because they like to feed the pigeons.
I did not catch the last part.
Are you saying like to feed the birds, Lisa? The pigeons, the rock pigeons?
Yeah, I like to feed all the birds.
Okay, like
if I can, and I don't know what kind of birds the birds are actually come to the bus stop. So when I'm actually waiting for the bus, I don't know. There's some pigeons or other birds. The bird on Sesame Street. He loved pigeons.
Well, Jackie has responded in the chat.
I can't see it because the Zoom kicked me out, so all the
Oh.
chat.
Okay, hold on for 1 second here. Oh, she sent it. No, wait a second here. Hold on. Let me go back to the other view. Stop share. So you can't see anything, Ingrid?
In the chat, no. When you get kicked out and you get back on, the chat's delete.
Let's see. Okay, I'll repost it, okay? 1 moment. Did not know that, but thank you, Ingrid.
Yeah.
All right. All right. This one's from Jackie. Can you see this now?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, excellent.
Birds are important. Has music, and every morning it's there. So beautiful. I love when there's different types of birds, little designs and colors. Adorable when they fly around. Okay, we have a few steps. So, yes, music and song, which is very important. It minimizes. Let's just do this. Minimizes noise pollution. I'll talk about that right now. She also said the different designs, so patterns, color patterns, design of the birds is very, very beautiful. I'll add a few more here just to finish it up. All right, so I'm gonna go down the list, you guys, just really quickly as to why you guys think that birds are important. Number one, birds are pollinators. They're able to disperse seeds, or for example, what's one of our favorite pollinator birds, which is the hummingbird, that eats the nectar from the plant and then it pollinates other flowers. People like feeding birds. Yes, the connection that we have towards birds and feeling like we're helping them by providing food, whether it is manually feeding them seeds or having a seed bird feeder or a hummingbird feeder outside of your home. They make me happy and fun to be around. Yes, birds are one of the most ancient creatures there is, and they are very fun to be around. They're super funny when they're like chirping, jumping on bushes. Like they're lively. They make a place feel alive. They eat lots of food like seeds, insects, nectar. They're really good for insect so the numbers won't get too high, you know. They eat enough insects and mosquitoes. They eat lots. Me up. Yeah, they're like natural alarms. They fly around the sky. Yes, we watch them many times with our binoculars. Music and song. I think that's very, very important because they're able to mate and to find their family members by music and for song. And in addition to that, it minimizes noise pollution because we have so much noise that and make you feel like you're really outdoors when they're singing. The color patterns and design, I think that's super important. If you guys think of biomimicry, which basically just means people or scientists or engineers mimicking natural things, like how they made the helicopter because they got the idea from a dragonfly.
Really?
So yeah, so patterns and designs, you know, people take that and they see like, oh, this bird is doing very well this way because of the way their wings are formed or the way their color pattern is. So I'm going to mimic that in creating this certain car or something. So we take lots of information from our natural environment and then we implement it in our daily lives. They are an indicator species. I think this is one of the most important for me because we are able to tell a lot about the environment and the health. Environment is not healthy most times and not. Seed dispersal, again, you know, the little seed eaters, when they poop out the seeds, they're planting a new plant. That happens naturally. We don't have to plant anything. So I think having birds around really does help our work at L.A Audobon as well. And lastly, I want to say that they're, actually, I'm going to want one more. They're decomposers. I know, and the crows and the mockingbirds, they eat dead stuff all the time. If it wasn't for them, we'd have dead animals everywhere. And that's not fun. It's really stinky and gross. So somebody has to eat them. Mm-hmm. And then the last one, spiritual beings. I do believe that they do hold a spiritual essence of them being here for so long. People connect them to their ancestors. People feel like when birds are around that it is a meaning or it's some spiritual meaning. So think of them like that too. I think that that's one way. Like when they release doves at a funeral, like it's a very spiritual feeling. So that's a good one to end on. Cool. So we can move on with the presentation.
Okay. Let me stop sharing and go to the next slide. One moment, please.
Okay, Bert on Sesame Street loved pigeons. I also like them. You know, they're called rock pigeons because they used to nest in rocks before we had buildings and stuff. But yeah, pigeons are pretty cool.
I did not know that.
In places in China, and cool. And here they're just flying around everywhere.
All right, let's see here. All right, let me go back right here.
Okay, so now we're gonna watch some films. So Mark, can you actually open a link with that first film? It's called Birding While Brown in Angeles National Forest. And Tanya's in this video, so you guys that have met Tanya will see a familiar face. And what this film is basically saying is birding in the National Forest, which is here in the San Gabriel Mountains, while being a person of color.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah. So just watch. You guys don't need to take any notes. Just be ready to have like a quick discussion or just say how you feel after the film. We can't hear that.
Oh, let me see here. Oh, you can't hear the audio?
You can't hear the audio. When you share it, there's going to be like a little check mark on the side that says share audio.
Oh, okay. Give me one second.
You might have to redo it again.
All right. Stop share. Hold on here.
You may have to close.
Oh, close it and reopen it.
you have to stop sharing and then reshare and share that video, and then you'll see on the bottom it says share screen and then share audio.
Okay. Let's try this
I
again.
struggled with this a lot.
Oh, I got, yes. Share computer sound. Okay.
That should work.
Let's try that. Oh, password, seriously?
My man,
yeah,
right
sir,
here.
yes,
Come
sir.
on.
Yeah, for sure.
Sky Lamborghini.
Yeah, Sky Lamborghini. There you go, there you go, there you go.
Come on, you gotta get with it. That's their official title.
When I was 14, I spotted a peregrine falcon eating a pigeon on my windowsill in the Bronx. I never looked back. I'm Jason Ward, and this is Birds of North America. It was my first trip to L.A., and having spent the previous day at the thunderously loud LAX airport doing some plane spotting, I needed to get into nature and do some serious birding. So I reached out to two of my fellow Audubon colleagues, Tanya Romero and Ray Sesley, to take an early morning drive up to the Angeles Forest. Tanya, Ray, and I are all Audubon apprentices for the Fun 2 Foundation, which offers a pathway for people of color to get great access to jobs in science, research, and communication. Just 30 miles outside the city, we felt a world away.
So let's check this area out real quick. There might be a nest.
There's a nest.
Nice.
Above the lupin?
We got a hummingbird
Right there, you have
nest,
a hummingbird
which
nest.
is incredibly hard to find unless you see a hummingbird land on it.
Well, that's
Hummingbirds
crazy.
on the nest. Jesus. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
Bien. ¿Y ves? La que le permiten. Esta pajera.
The impact that you could be having.
¿Y la miel? Yo sí ese tomate. Te voy a tener.
Descarga ahora la selección de libros más grande del mundo. Iba a decir difícil. Espérate.
So that was the first.
Las alegres terminan la diversión. Prueba con Surtec, que actúa poderosamente.
Like some of you guys were able to meet her before. Boba, do you recognize her? Oh, I can't hear her. I think she's unmuted and I can hear the background.
Ryan, you mute yourself, please.
Huh?
I was playing the sound background, that's why.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is there a chat in there?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mark.
Yeah, unfortunately, the internet went down. I had to jump onto my smart.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, did you get my message on LinkedIn?
No, but we're still recording right now.
Oh, we are?
Okay.
Yeah. When I jumped to the smartphone, I was able to add a second recording.
Okay. I'm not sure how to get the chat back.
Let's see here.
Okay, Elijah just texted.
Oh, Andrea, do not mention that. That's fine. I got that message. Don't mention it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. How do we get the chat back? Let's see here. Jeez. Okay. I'll put hi. Let's see if this works. Okay. Does anybody? Can everybody see it?
I see it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we got the chat back.
Okay, good.
So having the chat back, does anyone have any comments or anything to say about the film? Like, how did you feel about the film? What did you learn about the film?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I
Because
like
there's so many birds that you can see.
I like the different colors of the birds that I saw, and I like that they were not in just one spot.
Yeah, they're everywhere in the Angeles Forest. If you guys know, Angeles Forest is only 40 minutes away from here. You guys are all able to go and see that. They seen a Western Tanager. Yeah, Jacqueline says, I love the Western Tanager, which is the L.A. Audobon bird, if you guys did not know that. They are one of the special ones. It was hard to find a Western Tanager. They are so beautiful, brightness and warmth of summertime in southern, I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry, Appalachian. The rich color of the plumage and its peaceful, slow-paced afternoon and beautiful place. Yeah. The Western Tanager is definitely a special bird to me. It stands. And it's absolutely gorgeous as well. Anyone else have anything to say about the film?
Well, it was great seeing Tanya again. You know?
Yeah. It really does feel good seeing somebody that you've worked with closely be in a position to be represented basically in a film like that. So I just wanted to point that out, that it
Hello?
Everybody like.
All right.
Okay.
I'm good.
What happened?
Okay, hold on here. Let's see here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a reminder, like, you don't have to necessarily go to school for a specific thing sometimes. It really is, if you really set your mind to something, if you know somebody, if you guys are working in a field or volunteering in a field, you're more likely going to be involved in it because, yeah, she exposed herself to an internship. She went to Costa Rica, learned more about birds, and now she feels really strong about them. And she went her whole life trying to study this, and then she felt better doing an internship somewhere where she was never, has never been to, and felt better that way. So, yeah, we have a comment that says, Miss Ingrid. Do you guys want to ask a question?
Let's see. It's from Jackie. Yes, Jackie. What is your question, caller?
Food's ready, dumb. Go eat.
Jackie, you're unmuted.
I just lost the question. That's it. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, yeah. So it's a really good video, just so you guys can see that there's POCs, Black and POCs, people of color outside birding. That it's not just an activity for one group of people. It's for everybody, and we should be able to be represented and be able to partake in these activities. So it's welcome to everyone. So the next video I'm going to show you guys is called The Big Metal Birds of LAX. And it's kind of like birding, except they don't look at birds. And I thought it was really, really fascinating and super cool to see that.
Let's see.
That's a big bird.
When I was 14, I spotted a peregrine falcon eating a pigeon on my windowsill in the Bronx. I never looked back. I'm Jason Ward, and this is Birds of North America.
They cannot hear. We're the same.
No.
Well, this is very cool. At the LAX.
Wow, there's no audio.
That's very interesting, but we can look at it and
So where's
know,
the mic right there?
I know, Mike. We can't like hear anything coming from it.
well, let's take a look, shall we? So they're over at LAX, and what's cool about it is they're actually doing bird watching right there. You know.
Cool.
And the size of the birds.
Yeah, like it actually place for us to go bird watching one of these days. Well, we could go there technically and spread ourselves 6 feet wearing our mask, and
Yeah.
take pictures and look at birds with binocular. That could be a possibility.
I just noticed the wings. The airplane from the wings size.
Mm-hmm.
So the birds has the wings a little bit bigger.
Yes.
I just noticed. Huh.
Let me unmute Ingrid. Let me see if it works here. We're experiencing technical difficulties.
I just know it's busy.
Hear us?
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay.
So you kind of plan your day according to.
Yeah, it's busy.
Okay, for some reason, Ingrid, when you play a video, it doesn't seem to. It seems like the sound doesn't want to come out.
I think so. I'm guessing it's connecting when she muted the whole thing. That's when no sound.
There's no sound. All right.
When Gino muted, it has sound.
Wait.
Know that was. How did
you?
Is there no sound?
Yeah, when you mute it, no sound. When you unmute it, it sounds.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird. I don't know why.
Okay, so I won't unmute myself. Okay, sorry.
You didn't look at it.
So I knew that was a Dreamliner just because of those engines.
I was going to ask you that. What in the world? So you're ideating them like sound, just like birders do as well.
Oh, we're going to get deep into this. But before we do, that egret got me thinking, who are these birds that hang out at airports? What is their habitat here like? Well, it turns out LAX is also home to the LAX Dunes, which are cleaned and maintained by the Bay Foundation in order to allow for a wonderful habitat for a wide range of birds, including the burrowing owl. I even got a chance to ask Eric Peralta, a USDA biologist, how the dance between bird and plane is choreographed.
And would you say that's more dangerous for the actual humans flying and inside the plane or for the birds?
More often than not, we're hitting small passerine birds, and the pilot and passengers won't even notice if they hit it. But there is a possibility that bird can go through an engine and cause catastrophic damage. So we're removing the bird from the airfield and keeping everyone on the aircraft safe, as well as keeping that bird safe.
Excellent. And how are larger birds, often birds of prey, removed?
Typically, we'd have some live pigeons down on the bottom, and a bird will be attracted to the movement, land on the side of the trap, see the bays down there.
Bingo. Sorry, Doug.
Got a raptor.
Satisfied that the birds of LAX were being well looked after, I got back to the plane spotters. This time, a bunch of young teens whose obsession reminded me of my own.
Not a lot's happening right now. I think the most notable thing is probably the construction of the new midfield satellite concourse.
My favorite plane, in general looking, is the A350. The winglets just make it so much better.
Do you want to be a pilot? Does anyone want to be a pilot? What do your friends think about plane spotting? Do they think it's really, really cool, or do they just not understand it?
For me, it's a little mix of both. I'll show up to school with an airplane computer bag with a picture of a cockpit on it, and my friends are asking me, like, what are you going to do this weekend? I'm like, I'm going to go out to the airport. They're like, you flying anywhere? And I'm like, no, I'm just going to take pictures. And they get a weird look in their face. And I take pride in that because a unique hobby, and we all do, and I think it's something we share and find a common ground in.
I mean, I totally agree with that. A sense of community for like-minded enthusiasts. The thrill of finding something rare, a dream to fly. It was all starting to come together, but it really hit me in the chest when I went to the park next to the famed In-N-Out of LAX to see some massive aircraft bearing down right over my head. It was like being on a ride.
Devin here is switching to his wide-angle lens. Reason he's doing that is because there's a monster coming. There's a 747. It's like the condor of the skies. In fact, you were telling me also that there's a condor on the tail. On the tail.
Happens to be the logo.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, and then there it is.
There it is. Oh my goodness, that is a plane.
That is. I mean, that's by and large 800,000 pounds of metal, people, fuel.
You say 800 down?
800,000 pounds.
Hold on. Slow down. You know, for a rush shot, I like it. What allows you to come out every day and just that right there?
That right there.
Yeah.
That right there. I really like that.
So let's see what you got. With this, I can tell the details. What's on the door. Sometimes you can see a passenger or two. It's a little weird sometimes.
Yeah. It's really satisfying when you catch up birds you really want. Yes. Oh, so you call them birds? Yeah, we call them birds. I like that. Yeah. They fly, right? Yes. Yes. I got this. I got the big boy now.
This is a Hawaiian Airlines. A330.
Don't put that pressure on me, man.
Think of it as you go to a car show.
Yeah.
And you want to see all these exotic cars.
Yep.
Each plane kind of has that same attraction. Not to mention how often you get to stand next to something that's 10 stories tall.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
I didn't need to look.
So we got some good ones.
Southwest right there. I got that one.
What kind?
Oh, come on, man. All right, hold on. It's
I think it's more about the people that make it. So we have a little community over here. It's a day like today. It's gloomy, but I'd still say this is a great day to sport because you're with friends that share the same passion. For me, flying just symbolizes freedom, connecting places, people, culture.
Mom, that's a perfect answer. We're done. Flying back. I'm flying back to Atlanta now. B320.
737.
That's not close, man. That was not close.
I thought you would have knew that one because they had the winglet.
Nah, man. You didn't see the winglet? I saw the winglet. Definitely.
All right. So that was the other film, the last film that we're going to talk about. So what did you guys feel about that one?
Where in the LAX were they able to film? That's what I'd like to know. I mean, do some bird watching.
Yeah, their bird watching is airplanes. I thought that was really neat. I just think how, like, if you contrast what we do in L.A. Audobon, where we're looking at actual birds with feathers and identifying them, they're just chilling at LAX doing the same thing with airplanes. Like, is that weird? A little bit. Is it cool? Yeah, it is. Like, it's just like we're like kind of like a similar community, but we're doing little slightly different things.
I think, yeah, it's very interesting how there's many different types of planes, kind of like the birds, you know.
And they call them birds, metal birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. I love that there's a group of people out there doing this. Like, one day, if you guys ever want to go hang out with some cool people, go down there and see what they're doing. But yeah, and I think it's really awesome that these birds by the dunes. You guys have been to the beach with us, and we've talked about the dunes a little bit. So there is habitat for them. We got some chats going on. Is it about planes? Yes, it is about planes. A while ago, I had an alarm clock set for birds to help me wake up a few times. The cats thought it was inside the house.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that the metal bird? Yes, it is a metal bird. Awesome. Okay, cool. So if anyone doesn't have anything else to say, we're going to move forward.
Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and move forward.
Okay. We have another comment. It was cool when the birdies are traveled around the world. Other people want to see the birds all day. It has different types of birdies with the size of flying. Why is it that I cannot? Whatever.
Is it? Yeah.
Okay, what is a boat? Oh, I wanted to hide this for you guys, but what is a bird, basically? A bird that has everything in common with reptiles and mammals. They are vertebrates. We are all vertebrates. If you guys feel the back of your spine here, having a spine means that you are a vertebrate. If you're an invertebrate, it means that you lack or do not have a spine. So that's one thing that we all have a spine, so we're all vertebrates, right? So that means that we're really closely related to birds, mammals, and reptiles. We are mammals, reptiles and birds. For some reason, it doesn't let me like click how I want to click for this. Yeah, well, it's gonna be, I don't know why it doesn't let me click. So I guess I'll just go over these. You guys can just shout it out if you guys know. So one thing that birds have is feathers, right? And what feathers are, they're just modified scales. So if you guys see, can you guys see my clicker? Yeah. So when there is a circle that overlaps this circle, this means that reptiles and birds have some things in common, and they have a common ancestor. So birds are an ancestor. Reptiles, they both lay eggs. Reptiles lay soft-shelled eggs, and birds lay hard-shelled eggs. We kind of know that, right? Because when we eat in the morning and we get our eggs, our chicken eggs, we crack them, they're pretty hard. And if you think about turtles, sea turtles, when you see videos of the little turtles being born, the egg looks very, very soft. That's a good way of remembering it. Also, birds, like mammals, are warm-blooded. We're warm-blooded. Reptiles are cold-blooded. There's a scientific name for that, but we don't have to remember that at all. And one thing to remember is that the reason why birds are able to fly is because they have hollow bones. Unlike us, that our bones are super heavy and filled with stuff, their bones are like, I would say, a toilet paper roll. It's empty inside. So they're able to take flight. In addition, birds have 4-chamber hearts. That doesn't mean that they have 4 hearts. It just means that they have 4 chambers for the hearts, versus reptiles that only have 3 chambers. And then one thing that birds and mammals have in common are flight. Only one. Can you guys name the one mammal that can fly?
One mammal?
One mammal that can fly.
Oh, geez.
It's on the picture.
Let's take a look here.
So remember, what do birds and mammals have in common?
Warm blood.
Warm-blooded, 4-chamber hearts, and bats. Bats that can fly. Also parental care. They both take care of their fledglings or their babies when they're born. Unlike reptiles, some reptiles just abandon them and let them go off on their own. And the last thing is that they use tools. Birds use tools like their beaks or their claws in order to eat. Same with mammals, using their hands or their mouth to catch food. And then the mammary glands. So they're able to nurse their young. Mammals are able to nurse their young. Birds and reptiles aren't. What do birds have, mammals, and reptiles? Excuse me. All right, last one. Not last one, what am I talking about? There's so many more. Okay, so 4 key to identifying birds. So we've talked about the size and shape. The size and shape really do help identifying birds. So is it small like a hummingbird? Is it medium size like a mockingbird? Or is it large like a red-tailed hawk? So knowing those sizes and then noticing the shapes. Is it round, like a warbler? Is it long and pointy, like a tern? Things like that. And then also behavior. So this bird right here, all the way to my left, that has the bug in its mouth, that is a black phoebe. And their behavior is that they're insectivores, so they eat insects. So they eat their insects, and they come back and sit on the fence. They go, they eat their insects, they come back, and they sit on the fence. So that's their behavior. If you spot that kind of behavior, you're more than likely going to identify the bird. In addition, they habitat. Most birds, you're able to know their habitat by their claws, their feet. So for example, if you were to see a duck with webbed feet, what does that tell you about the habitat?
They swim.
Yeah, that it lives near like an ocean or a pond. It could swim, exactly. And then lastly, the color pattern. It can tell you if it's a male or female. For example, the really bright red head, yellow body, that's a male. The more colorful the bird, it means usually that it's a male. Awesome. Any questions, by the way, if I'm moving too quickly?
Not on my end. Anybody?
No. Okay, so we're going to move on to common bird shapes, just to kind of see the difference between them. So this bird right here, can anyone guess what kind of bird this is? This bird underneath Let's Talk Bird Shapes.
Is it a black phoebe?
Ah, yeah, it's a insectivore. It's a, what is it called? What am I trying to say right now? Yes, but black phoebe is part of that family. So yes, and we're going to talk about the shapes and why. It's a flycatcher, sorry. That's what it's called. I can't move this thing. Okay. Yeah, so we're at the flycatchers. So do you see the shape of their body? So we're gonna go down some of the flycatchers. They kind of have like a rounder belly and chest, right? Kind of like the black phoebe. This is a good example. They're slightly small. Their bill is pointy and thin. Now, the beak shape is what really identifies what food it eats. If I have a thin and a long beak, it means that I eat insects, and that's exactly what the black phoebe eats. Now let's go with the 4 key characteristics. So the size, what would you say? It's kind of like small to medium. Yeah. The shape is more of like a rounder chest. It kind of does sit up upright. The behavior, I talked about it. They sit perched somewhere. They go eat their insects. They come back and they sit perched one more time. And then their habitat. Oddly enough, a lot of these birds, well, black phoebe in specific, need to be around water because they build their nest with mud. So you will have to find them around water. Whether it is like a little bit of water, they have to be around water. So these are all of the flycatchers. So they should all look a little bit similar because they're all in the same family. The eastern phoebe. Some of these do not have that round shape, but they do have that flat tail. Have you guys noticed the flat tail on these birds?
Oh, yes. Kind of like the mockingbird, right?
Yeah, kind of like the mockingbird, yes. Flat tail, thin beak. Awesome. All right, so the next bird that we're going to talk about .
Do we lost her?
Oh, she's here.
I think her screen froze, Mark.
Hold on. Let's see here.
Okay, so which dove do we usually see all the time?
The gray one.
The mourning dove.
Yeah, the mourning dove.
It's many doves. Ooh.
And then we see the rock pigeon also.
Exactly, the rock pigeon is in the dove family. So what do you guys notice about these doves? Like, what shape are they?
Like
They have different shapes.
They're round and tall.
They're round and tall. Yeah, I would definitely describe them as round and tall. What about their beaks? Is it thin and long, or is it kind of short and stubby, like thick?
Short and stubby.
Short and stubby. So what does that tell me about them? What do you think they eat?
They eat.
Do they eat seeds or insects?
The other one, the second one.
Insects. Remember that the insectivores, like the ones we looked at, have longer and thin bills.
Yeah.
This one has the opposite. It has a shorter and thick. Yeah, so it eats seeds.
And plus, I have time.
Yeah. So if we're talking about specifically the mourning dove, it would eat seeds on the ground. That's why you usually see them on the ground eating seeds, and occasionally they'll eat a berry. And then we said that the shape is tall and round. The size, pretty medium shape. They're pretty big birds and they're really tall. And the habitats, they usually hang out in agriculture, in parks, any grasslands, wherever you can find plants that have seeds. That's what they survive on. So there goes my doves. The next one I'm going to talk about are,
Wait, they hang out around what?
Grasslands, like agriculture, parks, anywhere that there's many plants with seeds in them.
Can we do hummingbirds?
The hummingbird's pretty easy. Yeah. You can tell what a hummingbird is, right? They're the smallest birds.
They eat the flowers.
And they eat the nectar, yeah. I was going to do sparrows because...
Sparrows is awesome.
Yeah, we know many sparrows and they're very common around us. So, do these look familiar to you guys?
Wait, go up. I saw something. Right there, birdie sparrow. BA something.
Albert's towhee?
No,
we get the California towhee. Maybe that's
right there. No. It's BARI. Go down. Right there. Birdie sparrow. Yeah.
Bird sparrow. I've never seen that one. What do you guys notice about this bird? It's pretty small.
They eat seeds for sure.
California towhee. What about the beak? Is it long and thin or is it short and thick?
Short. They eat
short
seed.
And thick. It's a seed eater, exactly. A seed eater. Yeah, so let's this towhee so big.
Is there two? Do you see one? No, I didn't.
Yeah. So let's talk about the California towhee. California towhee, this is a very common bird that we get at Kenneth Hahn. It is, I would say, medium size, not as big as a pigeon, but not as small as a hummingbird or a flycatcher. It's a little bigger. And the beak is thicker and shorter, so that means that it is a seed eater. That beak is equipped to break the seeds, and they're able to eat them, so they're able to disperse seeds as well. And their habitat is very shrubby backyards and parks. So that's why we see them at parks. And one cool thing about their behavior, they scratch the ground in order to look for seeds. Unlike the mourning doves do not scratch the ground, but these towhees do. In Spanish, they're called rascadores because that's all they do is scratch the ground. All right, and we'll do two more. For the finches, we know finches very well, you guys.
Finches.
You guys have seen the American goldfinch all the time at the Hummingbird Garden. Those are the birds that are eating the seeds from the seed bird feeders. And you can tell what they eat because of their beak, correct? Black-headed grosbeak. I have seen this bird at Kenneth Hahn. It is absolutely beautiful.
I need to see it.
A crossbill. That's like the only bird that has the beak like this, like it's crossed. Again, very equipped for eating seeds. And then the housefinch. These are the birds that you see all of the time. They're usually in big flocks with other birds. And the male is the one that has the red face and the red chest. So for the American goldfinch, it's pretty small. I would say they're pretty small. They're bigger than hummingbirds, but not. They're kind of the same size as sparrows. They have a pretty pointy tail. Like they always look like they're ready for takeoff, right? Like if you look at the American goldfinch, it kind of looks like it's ready to fly. That's one thing to kind of notice about it. It stands horizontally instead of vertically or something like that. It stands pretty like ready to take off. They have a very bouncy flight. So if you see them, they're kind of bouncing around. They're very active birds. Like they don't sit and chill for a minute. They're very active. And then their habitat, overgrown areas, places with lots of vegetation. Again, because they're seed eaters, they need to eat seeds in order to survive. All right, last one.
Horns.
Now, shorebirds. Just even looking at this icon of shorebirds, what do you even notice about the icon? Like,
Can I see the bird? Oh, there we go.
This one.
Sure.
They have a very long beak.
They're like tall, right? They're standing upright. Look at the legs.
They usually go in the water.
And they have long beaks.
They have long beaks, long legs.
They love to go.
Some of them have short beaks and long beaks.
I'm thinking flamingos. Flamingo is a bird, right?
Flamingo is a bird, yes.
Okay. Make sure.
So I'm going to talk to you guys about the marbled godwit, this one right here, marbled godwit. And what do you notice about the beak of this bird?
This one has a long beak.
It's massive. It is really large. And I'm sure we've seen some of these when we went to the beach, for those of you that went on that trip. And what do you notice about the legs?
Me and Linda did see this one.
I went to trip with, I think you guys. Not you
They
guys.
have
but
really
one-
long legs. So what does that tell me about the environment? So just a note, these shorebirds do not have webbed feet. They can't swim. That's why they have huge legs, so they can stand in the water and not drown because they're so tall that they can get really, really deep in there. And then their beaks, they're able to drill on the ground and eat invertebrates. Remember what an invertebrate was an animal without a spine?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they eat. So their beaks,
and we lost her.
Their size, they're pretty medium sized to large. There is some small shorebirds, but for this sake, they're pretty tall. And then their habitat are wetlands, oceans, anywhere that there's water and invertebrates or sand or mud flats. So that's kind of where their habitat is. Awesome.
Like we went to, correct?
Huh?
Like the beach that we went to.
Yeah. Sandy beaches, that's where they hang out. So again, just to reiterate with what I just said, is that your habitat really is really, really important. So for example, we have habitat like cities. There is some birds that can live in urban areas versus the beach, like shorebirds. Shorebirds can only live by water, or in the desert, for example, cactus wrens. Cactus wrens nest in cacti. They are not able to live anywhere else. Or birds that live only in the forest. Like, for example, some woodpeckers need trees large enough for them to build their homes and to eat. Or you can think about birds.
Hold on, guys. It seems like a lot of people are using the internet throughout the city, so there's like a bandwidth problem. Okay. Let's be patient. Let me see here what's going on. Look, I'm just
here we talked about their behavior.
You put the LA picture.
Wait, let me see. Where's Ingrid at? Hold on.
I was gonna say something about the picture, but okay, I'll wait.
Hold on. Well, hold on, guys.
I'm back, you guys.
Yeah. Well, I was explaining throughout the city, a lot of people are using the internet because of stay at home.
Yeah.
So a lot of bandwidth is being used.
We just watching the parks. Now we're in behaviors.
What's that bird? Like the one on the lower,
Left or right?
the left, the one with the two tails.
Okay, I'll talk about these birds right now. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
That's a whoop.
So I'm gonna start with the bird on the left, which is the black phoebe. Remember how I told you the behavior is that it flies, eats insects, comes back and sits. Again, the chest being really round, the stomach being really round. That's my insectivore. It's my flycatcher. That's a flycatcher. And then for my finches, we have the towhee. And the towhee is the one that scratches on the surface to eat the seeds. And then we have on the right, that is a woodpecker. And you can tell that it is like just sitting on the side of a tree and it's pecking. And that is pecking. And then to the lower left, which is the one that Jackie, I think you or Linda asked, that is a barn swallow. The barn swallow is another insectivore, but it has its own family. And the forked tail helps it fly better. It's very aerodynamic. They're usually always flying because that's where they're the strongest. And then the last photo is my shorebird. Again, doing the same thing that I told you shorebirds do, just drilling the ground, eating. I believe that's a lesser yellowlegs. So yeah, the behavior really does tell you a lot about the bird and it helps to identify that. Cool, so now we have Bird Jeopardy.
Game time.
Game time. All right, so we'll just do one team. And we're gonna start this. So if everyone can mute yourself for now, and then I'll call on you guys, and then you guys are gonna tell me which one you want to play. For example, if I ask Linda, what do you want to play? She can say feathers for 400 or feathers for 100. So we'll do that, and I'll just go in order, and then we'll all try to come up with these answers, right? It's okay, we don't have to know the answers. This is for us to learn. So we have about 30 minutes to do this, which is perfect timing. So Jackie, I'll start with you. What do you want to?
Okay,
I will pick feather beak for, I'm not into the challenge, 100.
So feet and beak for 100. So the question is, a bird's beak is a good indicator for this. Remember what I said. What does a bird beak tell you about the bird?
The beak.
If I have a really long and thin beak, what do I eat?
You eat insects.
Okay, so if I have a short and thick beak, what do I eat?
What do you call it? Seeds.
Okay, so if a bird's beak is good, what is it an indicator of? What does the bird's beak tell me?
Tell you, I think I forgot.
No, you said it. It's what it eats, right?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Uh-oh. Why doesn't it allow me to do this? What's the bird's diet? Exactly. So the beak tells me what it eats. Awesome. So Jackie, you can mute yourself. And Linda, I'm going to go with you. What do you want to play? You're muted, by the way.
Feathers for 500.
Feathers for 500. All right. Airflow going over and around the feathers create this, which is what allows the bird to get off of the ground. This is a kind of tricky one, but if there's wind that goes above my feathers and below my feathers, what is it helping the bird do?
Lift?
Kind of like lift, right? What is lift? Yeah. Sometimes. Good job, Linda. So you can mute yourself now, Linda, and then I'll go with the next person. Mark.
Oh, yeah.
I just read your thing. What is yours?
I'll pick bird groups for 100.
Bird groups for 100. Okay, this is good. Penguins and ostriches are an example of this group of birds.
What is flightless birds?
Awesome. Yeah, Mark. All right, who's next? Brian, what are you playing?
I pick characteristic for 500.
Whoa, he's going for the big number. All right. Okay. The eggs that birds lay are hard-shelled eggs due to the fact that each shell contains this chemical compound. I'm going to be honest, I don't know the answer to this. So
Me either. I don't know.
Let's
Oh my God.
Well, it's okay. We didn't cover that in the presentation. All right, so you can mute yourself, Brian, and then I'll go with the next person. Shantice, what are you playing?
Feet and beaks for 200.
200 feet and beaks. Okay, a bird's foot is a good indicator of this. So if there's a duck that has webbed feet, what does that indicate, Shantice?
Not sure.
Remember that the beak tells you what kind of food it eats. What? It tells you where it lives, right?
Yeah.
If I'm a duck with webbed feet, that means I must be around a pond or water.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what is where the bird lives or the habitat? Cool. So you can mute yourself and then I'll go with the next person. Mobad.
I'll be Mobad. Hold on. Let's see here. Mobad is being Mobad. You in a hold on here.
Mobad, you can speak, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I would go for 300.
For which one?
300.
Okay, let's 6 for 300. Birds have these, which are actually highly modified scales. No other type of animal does. Remember I talked about what birds have that are highly modified scales?
Yes.
And no other animal has this?
Yes.
What is it?
Feathers.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Mobad, I'm so proud of you. What are feathers? There you go. Awesome job.
Can I do another one?
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Mute yourself. I'll come back to you. So everyone has a chance to go.
Okay.
Okay. Who's missing? I forgot your name, but you're listed under iPhone.
Well, that's Lisa. Lisa.
Lisa, do you have a preference?
The last column. The last column is 300.
You said 300 for.
For miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous?
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
Digestive.
Okay, this organ of a bird's digestive system is where the food is ground up and digested.
What is the ground?
What is the gizzard? That one was hard. It's okay. All right, you can mute yourself and then I'll go with whoever's left. Who is left? Lizzie, can you speak, Liz? She cannot speak. Andrea, did you go already?
No, I don't think I've gone yet.
Okay. So go ahead.
Okay, bird groups 200.
Bird groups for 200. A cardinal, robin, and blue jay are all examples of this group of birds. This was a little tricky, but what do birds do when they stand? What is it called? Starts with a P. You guys can help her too.
Letter P.
Heck?
Heck, perhaps?
What are perching birds? Yeah, that's a little tricky. All right, so did everyone go that wanted to go? Okay, we'll start it all over again. Mobot, you can go again.
Que están hablando con ustedes, también entregando una oración, ayudando a todos sus hermanos que están pasando.
But you have a preference, you have to unmute yourself.
Let's mute. Okay, thank you, Brian.
No, I think that's Liz, Mark.
Okay, Liz, you've been muted.
Oh, Liz.
Oh, she has a...
Liz,
okay.
can you see the screen?
Liz, I'm going to mute you, but it's just that we can't hear you because your TV's on, okay? Please mute the television. So I will unmute you, Liz.
Come back to my room.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right.
Nice. So do you want to play for one of these, Liz?
If I remember.
That's okay. We'll help you out.
Yeah, I go with feathers for $100.
Okay. This kind of feather keeps the bird warm. I didn't cover this either, but they're called down feathers.
Oh, okay.
What is down? Yeah. It's okay. Some of these things we didn't cover. It's totally fine. Yeah. Let's see. Who else? Brian, do you want to go again? And Liz, can you mute yourself, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, Brian, the floor is yours.
I would say feet and beaks for 500.
Whoa, okay. Okay, long, spread out toes with a small claws are used for balance in birds. This is a characteristic of this type of water bird. I didn't go over this, but the snowy egret, the great blue heron are all types of this kind of bird, and it's not shorebirds.
Damn, it's hard.
It's hard, yeah. Do you want me just to show the answer?
Yeah.
Okay. What is wading birds?
Wading birds.
Yeah, we didn't go over wading birds. It's okay.
Maybe we can go over that the next time when we have.
We can go more birds. Andrea, since you're unmuted, do you want to go again?
Characteristics for 200.
Awesome.
This term describes a bird's ability to regulate its own body temperature.
Ooh, so remember, are birds warm-blooded or cold-blooded?
Warm-blooded.
Warm-blooded, so that means they're endothermic, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, what is endothermic for warm-blooded? Good job, Andrea. Okay, let's do a few more before we wrap it up. Well, we still have 4 minutes. We can finish this whole thing. Jackie, your turn.
Characteristics for 100.
Characteristics.
Unique.
This unique characteristic of a bird's skeleton makes it much lighter than other animals. What did I tell you about the bones of a bird?
Oh, shit. I remember this.
Are they very, very heavy, or are they super light because they're hollow? They have a hole through them.
They're super light.
They're super light, right? Because if they were heavy, they wouldn't be able to fly.
Yeah.
What is hollow?
There you go, hollow. I was the word.
So think of a toilet paper roll. You know, like the cylinder that's left, the brown piece. When you're done with the toilet paper, that's a bird's bones. Just.
Linda had a question.
Okay, Linda, what's your question?
She wrote it on the chat. Linda?
Does that mean that down blankets are made with the down feathers?
Does that mean that what?
The
The pillows?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that bad for the birds, or do they just
Feathers come off, and they just collect feathers that come off. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I want to say that. I hope they don't kill the bird and take the
I have that bird. Like my doves love take the feather off for no reason.
Yeah.
And break things easily.
All right, Mark, do you want to go?
Yeah, let me see what we have here. Let's go for bird groups for 300.
All mallard, wood ducks, and widgeons are all example of this group of birds. Where do they all live?
What is a water bird?
Water or aquatic? Oh.
Aquatic birds.
Yeah. What are water birds? Oh, aquatic birds, true, yeah. Good job, nice. All right, let's do a few more. System moves very quickly. Why does a bird's digestive system need to move very quickly? Like if I were to eat my breakfast right now and then I would go to the bathroom and poop it out, and then I eat my lunch and then I go to the bathroom and poop it out immediately, what happens to my body if I'm constantly doing that?
Probably like a fast metabolism, right?
Fast metabolism. And what happens to your body if you have a fast metabolism? What do people have fast metabolism?
Would it give more energy?
You use up your energy quicker, so you have to eat more. Would I be skinnier or would I be bigger?
Bigger.
If I poop all the time. Skinnier, right? So if a bird's digestive system constantly makes them eat and then poop it out quickly, do you think they're lighter or heavier?
Lighter.
They're lighter, exactly.
Oh.
So what is the bird's lighter for flight? They can't be chubby birds and fly because they won't be able to fly. So they have to be really light. Yeah. Awesome. Let's do a few more. I'm going to stop at 11:50. So we got 4 minutes. Let's do feathers for 200. This type of feather is the main reason birds can fly. I don't know the answer to this. Linda, what do you think?
I would say pigeon?
No, there's more than
This type of feather is...
Feathers.
Oh, it's a quail.
Oh.
So it's a type of feather.
It's the white feather they're talking about.
All right, let's go with feet and beak for 300. So long curled claws for tearing meat would be found on the feet of birds of this group. What group of birds? Like the red-tailed hawk, like the Cooper's hawk. What group of birds are they? Birds of...
Is it prey?
Birds of prey, yeah. Birds of prey. Let's do...
I need to do my pictures again.
Let's go with characteristics.
You want to do characteristics? Okay. A bird's heart is able to beat extremely rapidly and pump large amounts of blood due to the fact that it has this many chambers. Ooh, do you guys remember how many chambers I said it had?
4.
Oh, awesome. You remember 4 chambers. Does not mean that it has 4 hearts, though. Remember that.
No. There's little tiny pieces of hearts.
Shantice, do you want to give it another go?
I want to go.
Can we help each other?
Feathers for 300.
And yes, we can help her. This type of feather streamlines the bird more aerodynamic.
This type of feather stimulates the bird and makes it aerodynamic.
This is hard. This is hard. You don't have to do that.
This one. What is contour?
Yeah, we weren't any of that. Brian, you said you wanted to go?
Bird groups for 500.
Bird groups for 500. Hawks and eagles can see this many times better than humans. Ooh, this one's easy for me because our binoculars have that number.
Ooh. Ooh. Wait, hold on.
Hawks and eagles could see far away from wherever you are.
For those of you that have used my binoculars, what number does it say that they are? It's something, the first number.
Number 1.
No, because if we were to see one time, it wouldn't be equal to like a hawk or an eagle. Think of like how many more times closer do you think an eagle can see versus us?
1 to 10, no, 10 to 30.
It's less than 10, I'll tell you that.
Oh. We'll be 5.
You want to do 5?
Oh,
8.
They're able to go 8 times better than us.
Close enough.
Close enough, exactly. All right, we'll do one more to wrap it up. Pick one, somebody.
Feathers for 500.
Which one?
The 500, the last one.
Feathers for 400.
Oh, who knows this answer? This type of feather is often used in jackets, pillows, and comforters. I know exactly who knows this. Linda, what's the answer?
Oh. Hello?
Yeah. Linda, what's the answer? You know this. You're muted.
Okay.
What is down feathers? Awesome. All right. Cool. So this is a cool little Jeopardy game that you guys can do. They have like different types of Jeopardy. So, okay, we're going to do a review. Do you guys remember these birds? Oh God, why does it do this?
I think you could. All right.
What is this one?
Have it. Oh my God.
We didn't talk about parrots.
Black.
Remember? It stands upright, has a round belly, eats insects.
Might just say the first one. Black something. It's black something.
Black Phoebe, yeah. Black Phoebe.
Yeah, there we go. Black Phoebe.
Yeah, those are my flight catchers. What about this one? Big, thick beak. The thickest beak. They're my finches. What about this one?
Whoop picker.
Those are my sparrows. Okay, you guys have to get these last two. What is this one?
That one has 1 leg.
No, it has 2 legs. Long bill. They're next to the ocean. Remember, you guys, shorebirds. Okay, last one. What is this one?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got doves. Okay, I just needed you guys to get one right, and I'm okay with that. All right, you guys got the doves right. Okay, we're on the last slide, you guys. Final word. So pick a word that describes how you're feeling, your experience, anything. It has to be not a bad word or nothing like that. Just anything, a noun, an adjective. It doesn't matter. Just anything at all.
Excitement.
Huh?
Excitement.
Excitement. Okay, Jackie said excitement. Linda?
Interesting.
Huh?
Interesting.
Mark?
Happy.
Happy. Andrea?
Awesome.
Huh?
Awesome.
I did not hear that.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, Brian?
Intelligent.
Intelligent. Shantice?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Mobile?
Oh, let me unmute Mobile. Hold on here.
You can write it in the chat too if you want to do that. Mobile, what's your word?
Okay, Mobile, you have the floor.
Or wonderful.
Wonderful. iPhone. I forget your name. Is it Linda?
Oh,
No, it's Lisa.
Lisa.
Hey, I feel great.
Okay.
That I feel good. And the immigrants.
That's your final word?
Yes.
Interesting.
Liz, final word.
Unique.
Unique. Termaine, I don't think you can speak.
Yeah, you can't. We can only watch.
Okay, my final word is birds. Cool. So thank you so much. I think we're pretty much on. We have 5 minutes to spare, so if you guys want to hang up tight for 5 minutes. If not, thank you so much for hanging in there. I tried to make this as short as possible. I know we had to be on for 2 hours, so did 2 hours feel like a lot of time for you guys?
No, it felt great. I mean, like I do it on my end. What do I?
We have we have some chats. What is these? I will come back. Does that mean that down blankets? Okay, never mind. Do you think that we need a little like 2-minute break in between the hour?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, I won't see you guys next Tuesday, but I'll be seeing you guys the Tuesday after that. Does that still work for everybody?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. Would you guys, I'll give you guys a proposition here. Would you guys want to do a second presentation on birds, or should I switch it up to something completely different?
We can continue working birds.
You want to continue working on birds?
Yeah,
birds.
Birds, right, people?
There's more than L.A. birds.
Okay, I can do more on birds. We can talk about migration. We can talk about, okay, seems like everyone wants birds.
All the different parks that birds hang out in LA County.
Okay, so hotspot.
Yes.
I just noticed that there's birds in MacArthur, Kenneth Park.
Well, Jackie, Kenneth Park is like the place where the birds hang out all the time.
Yeah,
headquarters.
We can talk about stopover sites.
I call it headquarters. But the other place that I go, there's a bunch of birds is different.
We can talk about the flyways. Okay, we have a few stuff to talk about. I don't think it's going to take me 2 hours, but we can extend it to 2 hours.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Cool. I can even talk about specific birds and how they raise their young.
As well. I'm thinking we have a couple newcomers here that are excited to learn more about birds. I mean,
terns and plovers. Okay. Well, I'll talk about the terns because the terns have made it back from migrating, and one of them has nested in Venice Beach, and we have not seen that in years. So
really?
Babies.
I can talk about that. Okay, cool. So I have a cool list of stuff that we can cover in the next 2 weeks. So I'll work on that. So thank you guys again just for hanging tight with me and being as fired up and interested on birds as I am. So I really do appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next 2 weeks.